I'm Saturday hauling for you guys today, and I'm going to go ahead and start off with a few things that I purchased off of the Beautylish website. This first one is a repurchase, and I originally was not going to get this again until I finished up some more of my serums, but I was just missing it something fierce. So I went ahead and I purchased another bottle of the Good Molecules Super Peptide Serum. I want to say that this is my 4th bottle. I really tried. I was like, just use up a couple of the things that you have and then you'll buy another one. But I just really missed this serum. I think it's a really nice one for the nighttime. I feel like it adds a little bit of hydration. It just makes my skin feel really nice. So I went ahead and I got another one of these. This box is empty because I have it in the bathroom, but it comes in a little dropper bottle with 1 ounce of product. And as nice as this product is, I think the price on it is really good. It says formulated with tripeptides to target fine lines, wrinkles, and dullness. Also from Beautylish, I purchased 2 blushes. This first one is from Anna Sui. I'm such a sucker for Anna Sui's packaging, and she recently came out with some new blushes. And I purchased the new case, and then there's also 2 blushes that you buy separately in pans that you put inside the case. I'm very, very tempted to purchase the other shade as well, but the one that I did get is the Face Color 601. Which comes in this packaging right here. One of my cats got a hold of that box. And then you buy the compact that comes in here. So here is the compact, which is a new kind of little design from Anna Sui. And then it clips closed, and then inside here's your blush. And this is magnetized inside of here. So when you purchase them, you get the compact. There's the little rose there. And then here is your blush right here. And again, this is the one in 601. The other shade looks a bit more pink, and I'm really tempted to purchase that one too because this looks really pretty on the cheeks. It just blends out and leaves a really nice little sheen on the cheeks. This originally had like a purple etching, kind of where the embossing is at, but when I ran my brush over it, it was an overspray. So let me swatch this for you guys. It just turns into a really pretty coral shade with a nice glow to it. Anna Sui products are fragranced with rose as well. Some products are stronger than others. This one is about mediocre, but it doesn't linger on my skin, so I don't mind it. But I think this color is just stunning. So that is the 601 shade. And the other blush I got is from Stuart, and she came out with some new Bloom Mix Blush Compacts, and I think there's 4 or 5 shades. I am very tempted to collect them all. But I think I'm going to purchase maybe 2 more of those, and I think I'm going to get the other Anna Sui blush too because I think they're really pretty. But this is the box packaging on the Stuart, and the shade that I got is 03 Mellow Daisy. When you get it, the little diamond dangly bit here comes in a separate piece of plastic, and then you just kind of clip it on there. You don't have to, but I thought it was quite cute. And then here's your packaging. And this blush too also has a really pretty sheen to it, and I'm kind of obsessed because I think it's really pretty. So those are the shades. You could take a smaller brush, you know, and focus on those lighter shades and use them as highlighter. When I used it, I just ran my brush in all the shades and put it on as a blush. So I'll swatch it like that. There is a total of 0.15 ounces of product in here, which is a pretty decent amount. Let me grab the Anna Sui and I'll tell you how much is in that one as well. So this is kind of a warm baby pink kind of color with a little hint of a corally aspect in it. Let me grab a little bit more here. But very, very pretty. And that one is the shade 03. There's 5 grams or a total of 0.17 ounces in the Anna Sui blush. So there's Anna Sui 601, and there is the Stuart 03. And those again are her Bloom Mix Blush Compacts. And I purchased both of those off Beautylish. And then the last product that I purchased from Beautylish is from By Terry, and it's their new VIP Expert Palette. So I got the one in number 1, Paris by Light, which is, this is the outside box packaging. The amount of product that we have in this guy is 0.047 ounces times 10. So almost 0.05 ounces per shade, which is a pretty decent amount of product that you're getting. And then here is the actual packaging. I love that they put this really pretty motif on the cover. It's kind of like, it feels kind of like it might be plated, but it does feel plastic at the same time. So it's just a really cute little motif there. So this is the one in Paris by Light. And when I got mine, I opened it up and one of the shadows fell out right away. It was this shade Paris right here. Like, they just didn't put enough glue in there. So I need to glue mine back in there. And I was watching Michelle Wong as well, and one of hers had fallen out of the compact as well. So they need to do something about the gluing on there, but I have worn this palette. There are 4 matte shades and 6 shimmers in this guy. I will say I at one point in time had all of the other by Terry designer palettes. I've since decluttered, I think 3 of them, and I only kept 1. That shadow formula just wasn't my favorite, and I do feel like this formula is much better than the older formula from by Terry. The matte shadows, they have nice pigmentation. They're a bit thin and a bit dry, but they were able to be built up and blended out. And then the shimmer shades are very pretty, but they don't pick up on a brush super easy, and they're really, really thick. Like, they're very, very thick. And I'm gonna have to swatch these and ruin the little, I was trying to like focus my brush on the parts where I didn't have to like mess up the little embossed designs that's in the shadows, because it's really cute, but I mean, it's inevitable that's gonna happen, right? The looks that I have done with this palette I thought turned out quite pretty, and I think that the shades in here go together really nice. I love that there's a transition, well, 2 kind of transition shades for me, a deep crease and then a matte brow bone. That works out super for how I like to do my eyeshadow. And then the shimmers, again, they're very shimmery, but they're thick. I had actually gone into the pan with my finger and picked it up like that and put it on, and I felt like it smoothed out better when I used my finger as opposed to using a brush. I used the Smith kind of arrowhead brush when I used it. But let me give you some swatches, and hopefully you can kind of see through the lens the textures and whether or not it's going to be something that you may like. I was going to get the other palette as well, but I like this palette, but I don't love it. And if I had loved it, I would have purchased the other one as well. But again, the little embossing in the shades is super cute, and the packaging is really pretty as well. But let me swatch this for you guys without dumping out that pink shade. Let's go like this. Okay, so these 3 right here are matte, and then this guy is matte right here. And then all the rest of them are shimmers. The shimmers are very beautiful though. Oh, there goes that embossing. The price of these palettes is much cheaper too than what they used to charge for their designer palettes like this. And these next guys. I don't know. Yeah, I do like it, but I don't love it. Yet, I tell myself I'm not going to purchase the other one, but I go back and forth between wanting it. The struggle is real. There's the next 4 right there. And then these last 2 shades. That is one of the smoother shimmers out of the bunch. So there are the swatches right there. I gotta set this down. That is the By Terry VIP Expert Palette in Paris by Light right there. I also did a look with the new Sugarpill Capsule Collection palette, which I posted that video on Monday if you're interested in seeing like swatches and a review of this palette. But when I bought this palette, I also included this little loose eyeshadow. They repackaged the Sugarpill pigments since the last time that I had purchased them, but I got the shade Penelope, and there's 0.1 ounces of product in here, which is just a massive amount of product. And it's just this really, I can't tip that because it's like full, really pretty copper color. Get them out of the cap here. With just a super high shine to it. Right there. Look at how pretty that is. That is the loose shadow from Sugarpill in Penelope. And then I also did go ahead and get another shade of the Physicians Formula Natural Defense Finishing Powder. And I got the shade Medium, kind of not knowing what to expect because I ordered it in the blind off of the Ulta website. I just like this, the idea of this being a finishing powder with SPF 20. Granted, you probably have to layer it on quite a bit to get that SPF 20, but I like building my physical sunscreens, and there's both physical and chemical sunscreens in this. But I bought this with the idea of using it as a bronzer. This is what the packaging looks like right here. And this is the bronzer that I had on in the Sugarpill video, and then I also put it on today, and it pulls really, it's got a really strong yellow undertone to it, and I'm very pink toned, so I can make it work with the other products that I put on my face, but it like when I just put it on without any highlighter or blush, it's very contrasting against my pink skin tone. The coloring of it is, but I thought I'd go ahead and swatch it for you guys anyway. This does come in another deeper shade as well, but as far as the product itself goes, blending it out on the skin and stuff, it's really pretty. These powders do have a strong fragrance to them too. I don't feel like it lingers on the skin, but it's very apparent when you first start applying the product. So you can see it's got a really strong kind of yellow undertone. So I'm probably going to keep it because, like I said, I can make it work. It's the bronzer that I have on my face today. I just got to blend it with the right face products. A few videos ago, I had hauled 2 of the new Dior Backstage Rosy Glow blushes. I hauled Pink and Coral, and the numbering on them was 001 and 004. And I was like, where's 002 and 003 at, right? And then I had gotten a couple comments saying that the Dior website had a shade called 003 in Pearl. So I went on over there and I bought it. I'm still wondering where 002 is at. It's got to be around somewhere, right? But this here is a super, super pale pink with a slight sparkle to it. This is the blush that I have on my cheeks today. It's definitely a rosy glow, but more pastel rosy glow, if you will. These blushes too are supposed to be like color adapting, and I do feel like on the skin that this does kind of deepen up a bit. It says on the back of the packaging, Color Awakening Universal Blush. So I would be interested to know if somebody with a deeper skin tone has used this really light blush and if it's deepened to their coloring. Very interested to know that. I have very light skin, so like these things show up on me pretty easy. But this color is super pretty. I love it. It's just a really pretty baby pink with a sparkle to it. The other 2 didn't have sparkles to them. And again, this is the blush that I have on my cheeks today. And it looks like a whole lot of nothing right there. But I think it looks really pretty on the cheeks. So that's the 003 Pearl shade. And again, I purchased that off of the Dior website. And then when I was on the Dior website, I have been eyeballing their new concealers. And I just hadn't pulled the trigger to buy one. I was wanting the lighter shade with a pink undertone, but they didn't have one. And then I was looking on the Dior site and I saw a corrector shade in pink. And it wasn't available to buy, but it said to like notify me when it is. So I think it's a product, like a corrector product that's coming soon in that new concealer range. I'll be buying that when it becomes available because I think it'll probably match my skin tone perfectly. But I wanted to swatch Pink and Coral from Dior, these 2 shades next to this one, just for comparisons for you guys. So this one here is 01 and Coral. So there's 01 and there's 04. And that's 03. Let's talk about what I have on my lips. I purchased one of the Lawless Classic Cream lipsticks. This is what the packaging looks like. It's kind of neat. It like pulls out of the bottom like that, and then your lipstick is inside. I originally had 4 of these in my cart, and I was like, just buy one to see if you even like it before you go ham buying a bunch of shades. And I got the shade Annie. It comes in plastic packaging with a magnetic closure to it. And again, this is the lipstick that I have on my lips today, and I love the color. I think the color of this lipstick is stunning. Because the color is so light and the formula is a little bit thicker and stuff like that, I find myself having to blend it together kind of like that throughout the day because it will start to look liney on the lips. And I do like the lipstick, but I am not totally crazy about the formula. It feels really comfortable on, and they're very opaque and substantial feeling. Like they're not slidey or anything like that, but like I said, and maybe it just has to do with the color, but the whole line is kind of nude shades. Like you can see just doing that, like going like that and then putting my lips back together, you can see all those lines right there. And so I have to constantly mesh my lips together. It's kind of almost like a high maintenance lipstick. And I've got other shades that are quite light like this too, like the Charlotte Tilbury Kim KW, which I love that formula, and it doesn't really do that to me. So this I do feel is a little bit lighter than the Kim. Let's just swatch them next to each other and we'll find out together if they are close. But I do prefer the Charlotte Tilbury formula over this Lawless lipstick for sure. It's just not flattering to like the texture of my lips, and I don't really have super liney textured lips to begin with, so I can only imagine if you do. Let us know if you've tried these lipsticks, how they looked on your lips. Did I tell you the shade I got? I got the shade Annie. So here is Kim KW, which is, I've gone through an entire tube, and then I've got 2 of these that are about this size, because I have one that I carry with me, and then I have one in here that I use all the time as well. So this is one of my favorite lipsticks in my whole collection, like the formulation and the color. So that's Kim KW from Charlotte Tilbury, and it's got a nice like finish to it and stuff like that. This one almost pulls satin matte, and I can just I can just see the lines in the mirror behind me. But here is Annie right here, and this does have a Lawless embossed on here as well. Yeah, so Annie's got a little bit more, I would say, it's a little bit more peachy, but I mean, they're so close. The Charlotte Tilbury is a little warmer. And I love the color of that one, but I'm not crazy about the way that it looks on my lips, the texture it's giving my lips. And then I also saw this new Bite Beauty product, and I was just kind of intrigued because I use lip oils like every single day when I'm doing my eyeshadow. Like between face makeup and eyeshadow, I put on a lip oil to kind of condition my lips, because lips is what I do last. And I love the e.l.f. lip oil. I've gone through a couple of those actually, and I really like it for what, $3-4. But I thought this was interesting. It's called the Agave Plus Pre-Makeup Lip Serum with Boabab. B-O-A-B-A-B. I looked it up, and according to Google, it's pronounced Boabab. So with Boabab seed oil. Anyway, it's this product right here. And I used it this morning before I put on this lipstick. And it comes in this type of packaging, which kind of looks like a lip gloss packaging, but the applicator is solid plastic. I'm not sure the purpose behind that, because I think the fuzzies on an applicator like this feels nicer on the lips. This is what it looks like. That whole pink part is a solid like plastic piece with no fuzzies. I'll just put a little swatch here. It looks like a clear oil, to be honest, and in the tube it has a pink tint to it. But I used it today, and I actually had put it on 2 or 3 times and massaged it into my lips before I even put on my lipstick. And I wore this lipstick yesterday before I tried this product, and this lipstick did this regardless on my lips, so I know it's not this product. It's just the formulation of that Lawless lipstick. But anyway, this feels like I'm putting straight up liquid silicone on my lips. And I didn't feel like it was hydrating my lips, and it's really slicky. It kind of gets all over. I don't really care for it. I don't like the way that it feels on my lips, and it doesn't feel nourishing. And again, like, it feels like I'm putting straight up silicone on my lips. And there is a whole ton of oils in here, but the #1 ingredient is octyl dodecanol and squalene. So I think it's those 2 ingredients that feel like that. And then the 3rd ingredient is glycerin, and then followed by water and a bunch of oils. But I am not crazy about the texture of this product at all. I much prefer like my e.l.f. lip oil compared to this. It's just a funky feeling on the lips, and I don't feel like it nourished. I don't feel like it did anything to help that Lawless lipstick either. I'm still having issues with that lipstick. I'm actually probably going to wipe it off after this video, because I just don't like the way that it looks on my lips, but I wanted you guys to be able to see it on. So anyway, that is the new Bite Beauty Agave Plus Pre-Makeup Lip Serum. If you've tried it, let us know what you think, because I'm not crazy about it, and I feel like it's $3 or $5 e.l.f. lip oil does much the same thing. I even really like the CoverGirl one for doing that. Like, I've got this Vitality Elixir Lip Oil that I've been using. I've been through 2 of these as well in different shades, but unfortunately the Bite Beauty just does not do it for me, and that was like 20 plus bucks too. Also from Sephora, I ordered the new Beautyblender Bounce Airbrush Liquid Whip Concealer. There's 0.27 ounces, fluid ounces of product in here. This is what the packaging looks like, and the shade that I got, it was so difficult to choose the shades because there's a pretty large shade range, but there's a lot of light colors. I got 1.2C Light Fair, so it's supposed to have the cool undertone to it, and I want to say that this was the 3rd or 4th shade down from the lightest shade, so there are even lighter shades than this one, and this is really light. I put it on today and just realized how light it was, and when I went to go blend it out, and so I mixed it with the Pacifica concealer that I have, the liquid cover, which is quite a bit deeper than this one, so that's the mix that I have underneath my eyes today, but this is too light even for me for underneath the eyes, so I want to move down to the next cool tone shade in the range and get that shade as well to maybe mix with this one, or maybe that shade will even be like my perfect color. I don't know. The formulation so far feels really nice. It blended out nice. I feel like it covers nice, but I did mix it with another concealer, so I can't like, you know, say that it was just this concealer, but it does feel nice. This is just really light. I was just like, whoa. Like, I would think that this would be the lightest shade in the range, but it's not. Oh, let's show you the applicator. It's a very interesting little doe foot applicator. It's large, but it's got like a little divot in the center there. It's quite interesting, but this is the shade, again, in 1.2C. And yeah, it does. It feels super nice. Look at how much it covers. A little bit, but I am going to go ahead and purchase another shade of this. And hopefully have a better opinion when I do that. So that is the new Beautyblender Bounce Airbrush Liquid Whip Concealer in 1.2 Light Fair. And then I had the wild idea to purchase another shade of the Guerlain Meteorites. I use 02 Claire almost every single day. And there were times when either my foundation was too light or I wished for more color in my skin. So I was like, how about, instead of like an all over bronzing or something, how about just a light tinting of a product? And I was like, the Guerlain Meteorites, how about you get a deeper shade of those and then just a light buffing to give your skin some more color? So I got number 4 Golden, and I'm kind of thinking maybe I should have got the in-between shade, the number 3 one. These gave my skin a lot of color. I've got these buffed all over my skin today. It's a very pretty color. It's got a slight pinky undertone. I've got the puff here that was over the top. So that's kind of the tint of a mix of all the beads that are in this shade Golden. And the coloring of it is super pretty. Like in the summertime, I'll probably, you know, use a little less bronzer just slightly on my face and then buff these all over for an all over nice glow. I think that's going to look super pretty. But I like them a lot. So it comes in standard Guerlain packaging. And then again, this is the shade Golden number 4. And I really think that it gave a pretty all over color to my skin. Like it looks pretty tan. So I do really like it, and you know, I may just buck up and get the number 3 shade as well so that I can have a shade for almost every season. I can use the medium kind of in the fall, spring, and then I can use the Golden in the summer, and then Claire in the dead of winter. It is kind of the dead of winter, but it's actually nice out today. I'm trying to pick up enough product to give you guys some form of a swatch that probably is not going to help, but I'm going to try. There it is. Again, it kind of, yeah, does nothing. The best way I can get it is this puff was white, and then here it is on white puff. So it does have a bit of a rosiness to it, which, you know, my pink skin tone I think is flattering for me, but very pretty. You can kind of see it there. It's right there. And then off of the Melt Cosmetics website, I purchased the new Millenial Pinx eyeshadow palette. There's a total of 19.26 grams or 0.68 ounces of product, and there are 10 shades in here. So that is a massive amount of product that you're getting per eyeshadow. Here is your actual packaging. It is a cardboard packaging with a magnetic closure, and then there is a mirror in there as well, and there are your shades right there. This is the eyeshadow that I have on my eyes today, and I think the look turned out super pretty. I like Melt eyeshadows. Some of them can be a little difficult to work with, but the pigmentation is always really great with them. The shimmer shades in here are really pretty. I did feel like Pink Noise kind of went on a little bit better. It smeared on more evenly when I went in with my finger as opposed to a brush. Overall, I think this is a really nice palette. The one thing that I kind of wish they would have done is swapped out one of these two shades on the end. Because all of these colors are pretty light medium, and then it's like boom, throw in some dark black and gray and a black. You know what I mean? Like they could have thrown in like a deeper reddened brown shade or something to complement these other shades as opposed to two of these shades. That was kind of like, what? I did go in with a little bit of this GF shade, which is the gray on the outer corner. I mean, I dotted my brush in there and buffed it into the corner, and that's how it came out. Like they're very, very pigmented. So I'm just kind of confused by the fact that they threw these two shades in with all of these. Right? Am I the only one? The palette has got 5 mattes. There's not a matte brow bone for underneath the brow. I did go in with this shade right here for underneath the brow, and I think it turned out really pretty. So I'm not mad at it that there's no matte brow bone shade. I think it looks, no, stupid. Ah! There is not a matte brow bone shade in here for me, but I went in with this color right here underneath the brow, and it complemented the other shades really, really nice. So I'm not mad at the fact that there isn't a matte brow bone. There are 5 mattes and 5 shimmer shades. Your mattes are going to be these two colors right here, which are Pink Leather, Flamingo Beam, Modern Love, and then these 2 deep ones, GF and Euphoria. The other 5, Rosé Brunch, Mixed Emotions, Ruby Star, Pink Noise, and Moon Glow, are all kind of metallic, foily looking shades. They get more metallic with a little bit of moisture in them. Like if you have a really tacky primer, they go on more metallic than opposed to like a set primer, if that makes sense. But let's swatch these guys for you. Melt really doesn't skimp on the amount of product that you get, man. In the last Melt palettes that I purchased, I haven't had any puffing up on my shades like I had the Smoke Sessions palette and the 2 Gemini and the 27, so or is it 26 palette? Whoa. Those ones all puffed out on me, so I think they fixed that problem that they were having. I think it was a pressing issue or something, but there's the first 4. Did I mention this is the palette that I have on my eyes today? It is. I feel very Valentine's-like today. And then these next 4. Right there. And then these 2 really dark matte shades. I'm just like, boom! It just doesn't, I don't like, what? I do like this gray. I like the way that this gray shade looks in my crease though. But I think we could have done without one or the other, to be honest. And I didn't use the black shade yet, but next to that gray, they looked awfully similar. So, anyways, that is the new Melt Cosmetics Millennial Pinx with a X, P-I-N-X, eyeshadow palette. Right there. And then lastly here, I have got the new Enduring Love palette by Sidney Grace Cosmetics. It's got a little Sidney Grace on the back, and then this pretty like lacing that's kind of raised in a tin type of packaging on here. I missed the initial launch of this and it sold out right away, so I went on the website and you could pre-order for the next batch that they had coming out. So that's what I went ahead and did, and it took, I want to say, maybe a month, and then I just got it on Monday. I think I got it on Monday, yes. And oh, these shadows are pretty. They're pigmented, they blend. I just really, really like them. Some of the mattes kick up quite a bit of product in the pan, and I do get a little bit of fallout with them, but it's nothing major. Each pan holds 2 grams of product, so you're getting a total of 30 grams of product in this palette, and the price that I paid for it is $52. And I feel like the packaging is nice and substantial, and again, massive amount of product. Wait till you see some of these shimmers again. I got the light shade. There's actually actually 2 different versions you can buy, which I think is quite brilliant. They have a deep shade of this palette as well, and the deep shade just has deeper versions of some of the shades. Some of them are the same, but kind of those more like transition type shades and stuff like that. They put a deeper shade and a deeper palette for deeper skin tones, which I think is super great. So this palette has 7 mattes. You've got Juliet, Darcy, Victoria, Passion, Boaz, Cherish, and Robert. And then you have this shade up here called Romeo, and I feel like it's just a nice standard shimmer. It's not one of the super metallics like the other ones. And then the pretty metallic ones are Devotion, Elizabeth, Albert, Ruth, John, Abigail, and Deanna. So let's give you guys some swatches of these. I'm really excited for Sidney Grace Cosmetics. Like, I love the palette idea like this that they've done, and if they do some more, I will buy some more because I think they're great. Look at those metallics though. And then these next ones. So pretty. And then we've got these 3 in the middle, which are all mattes. And then these next 3 are all shimmers, are metallics. This one here is so foiled. And then these last 4, which is metallic, matte, matte, and metallic. Look at those swatches. So pretty. Very exciting stuff from Sidney Grace. So that is their Enduring Love eyeshadow palette right there. And again, I got the light version, and they do make a darker version of this Enduring Love palette, which again, I think is great. And that is all for my haul today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Thank you for watching. Do not forget to wear sunscreen, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.